Let me paint you a picture, a metaphorical one and a physical one, just for fun. You've probably heard about the 10,000 hour rule, popularised by this man, Malcolm Gladwell. He suggests if anyone practiced any skill for 10,000 hours, they would become a master. And I've always wondered, is that true? So I've set myself the rather audacious goal of becoming a master pianist in 1,000 hours of practice. But why am I doing this? Well, to tell you that, I need to go back to when I was a wee little lad with a wee little outfit. I was a curious child, and I loved sports, and being at the beach, and being naked. I really loved being naked. I'm not sure if I'm to blame for that, or if my unhinged parents are. Anyhow, I loved throwing things, and kicking things, and running around. But I can tell you one thing I did not enjoy doing. Sitting down, staying still, being a good little boy. No, I didn't enjoy any of those things, and quite frankly, I still don't. Being in a classroom was not my idea of a good time. He Has Potential was thrown around a lot throughout my childhood, and it wasn't helpful, I tell you that. I was expected to perform, and boy did I! I performed like a salty little shite with the attitude of an uptight Jack Russell. Without the aggression, I may add. I was just a little, what's the word? Disobedient. Anyway, I made it to college and came out with some rather blurry memories, and some humorous A-level results. My results spelt dead, without the A. So it's safe to say university was not an option. Well, apart from Bradford, and if I'm honest, I would have rather gone to hell. So I was left with dead A-level results and a poor attitude. And it was then, in the depths of my despair, when I realised that this attitude towards life that I cradled so deeply to my chest was doing nothing for me. I never tried to succeed at anything because failing was scary. Trying meant accepting failure as an option, and I was much happier with the quite genius mentality that if you never tried, you never failed. But that protection didn't last long into adult life, and something had to shift. So like all failed students, I joined the military, and more specifically, the Royal Marines. I needed to challenge this fear of failure and this aversion I had to authority, and I'm very grateful I did. Despite the absolute beating I got and caused my troop, it gave me confidence and mental resilience. So now, we are here. 27 years old and wanting to challenge my mind. I went a whole 22 years without trying, and I'm planning on making up for it now. So here's the plan. I want to get as good as I possibly can at piano in 1,000 hours, and at the end of the project, I will be performing a show to over 100 people. Because if there's anywhere to fail, it's on a big stage in front of hundreds of people. That should sort out my aversion to fear, shouldn't it? Okay, we are currently on the way to meet Sindra, who is going to be my teacher and philosopher for the year. I'm not sure about philosopher, I kind of made that up. But he is going to be guiding me towards the position where I will be good enough to perform a show at the end of the year. Or at least that is the hope. He's a very, very interesting guy, and he's also a filmmaker. So, hey, he might be, oh my god, this is going to go. I'm going to have to stop with this in a second. First though, I'm going to do some singing. You know, why not? Hey there, Delilah, don't worry about the distance. I'm right there if you get lonely. Give this song another listen, close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Hello. Oh, how's it going?
Good, welcome.
Thank you very much. I reckon you should sit there and show people what you can do.
Should have told me that before. Let me see. I haven't practiced anything, but we'll try this one.
Damn, there's a lot of movement going on there.
There is, yeah.
I need some structure, I think.
Yeah.
Of how am I going to learn the piano this year?
Yeah, exactly.
So where do we begin?
Well, you already started with the little performance you did.
Oh, technical difficulties over here. There we go. Before we go any further, let me explain what the hell is going on here. Sindra puts on events for his students so that they can get used to the anxiety-inducing nature that is performing in public. And I thought it was a great idea for me to take part. But as you'll see, I had never played the piano before and I was using a YouTube tutorial. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, the first thing I thought was, he's cheating. He's having one of those popular Guitar Hero piano videos.
Yeah.
So that was, I don't know, that was kind of unique. I've never seen anyone perform.
The reason for that, I mean, I did a terrible job of explaining what I was doing. I was pretty nervous. I didn't think I was gonna be nervous, and then I got up there and I was very nervous because I didn't prepare well enough.
Real people, you know.
Real people.
Has an effect.
It does have an effect, and it was shocking. I basically gave myself one evening to try and learn something to come and perform that.
Okay.
So the only way I knew was to use one of those YouTube cheat hacks.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I played piano better than I spoke. So that was a rather embarrassing start to proceedings. But I've learnt two things. Number one, I get extremely anxious in front of crowds. My hands get fidgety as though my mind is searching for things to do. My breathing gets shallower as if I'm beginning to do light cardio. My mouth then goes dry and tacky like I'm eating peanut butter. At this point, I'm getting really nervous. I start finding it difficult to make eye contact. If people weren't already freaked out, they will be when they can hear the beating in my chest. Then the sweat begins. I've been learning piano for 4 hours now, and anxiety is well and truly rooting itself into my soul. With the help of Sindra, he's been helping me a lot. Then my brain goes into overdrive, and my mind can't focus on one thing for more than a millisecond. And before you know it... So, at the end of this project, I'm going to perform my own show. And if the show is anything like this one, I'm not going to want to be there. I've made a shit joke. This is Married Life by Up. It's bad, but it's not that bad. Number 2, I'm shite at piano, like very shite, which is to be expected, of course, considering I've never played the piano before. Good morning, everyone. This is day 1 of learning how to play the piano. I need to learn how to use both hands independently and then bring them together. So that is the aim for month number 1. So the journey began by doing a few different exercises that helped to develop the strength in my hands. Once I had built the strength in each individual hand, it was time to bring them together. This was the part I thought would be most challenging. And it was. It really, really pissed me off. I did it wrong. I did it so wrong. The challenge I am having here is that when playing the C major scale, your hands are doing separate things. One hand is using certain fingers, whilst the other is using completely different fingers. It's a real brain tease, and it took me a full week just to get my head around this. Then, to increase the difficulty, we introduced the metronome. This meant I could increase the speed at which I needed to play, whilst also staying in time. Then, every time my comfort zone moved, I made it more uncomfortable, and this is how you continually improve. Although painful, it does work.
Oh, damn.
The month went on and we began learning real music. Hallelujah. But a challenge I didn't foresee when undertaking this mission was this.
You can tell him something about UFOs.
Will be fried.
A month has gone by since I began this project and it's felt like a flash. I've been in a constant state of not really knowing whether what I'm doing is the correct thing to be doing. Should I be learning music theory or should I be practicing scales? I don't know. I begin learning a song and then I decide it's best not to perfect it, but to move on to a more difficult challenge. Then I decide I should start doing polyrhythmic scales. And even Sindra doesn't know what they are. I'm confused, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I learned anything in that.
And I think the reason I'm confused is mainly due to my approach. It goes a little like this. Wake up in the morning, bleary-eyed and looking really cute, and usually quite confused. Like, how did I get here? Where are my keys? What's it like being an amphibian in a drought? You know, stuff like that. Then I get out of bed and have a coffee. An attempt to write in my journal, but usually this happens. Then I list the things I want to get done in the day, only to find out moments later that I have other shit I need to be getting on with, immediately sacrificing the plan and starting the day in a panic. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think that's the best approach for learning. And unfortunately, that approach to learning continued for the entire year. Although my schedule and my approach to learning was rather chaotic, I still managed to make good progress, and before long was enjoying myself. The process of learning felt great. I was picking up new skills quickly, and motivation was sky high. But slowly, as I attempted to increase the difficulty, the excitement began to wear off, and the real scale of the challenge started to knock my motivation. So progress slowed, and the number of hours I was putting in per week went from an average of 5 hours to less than half an hour. But we persisted, although slowly. After multiple lessons with Sindra and 91 hours of practice, we are here. Right. This is Experience by Ludovico Einaudi. If you never try, you never fail. But if you never fail, you never learn. I spent 21 years of my life shielding myself from failure. And when I stopped and opened up the door to opportunity, everything changed. I explored new possibilities, and my curiosity became my new vice. Can you improve your life if you pretend to be in a film? Marathon training starts now. Hey Mum, first of all, obviously, happy birthday. We're on the way to give a speech that I have not prepared for at all. That went really well. I won Best Speaker for the second time in a row. Yeah. My piano teacher's in the bush. And it led me here, playing piano in the forest with a Norwegian man I've only known for a year, and have since been to Abu Dhabi with. But that's a story for another day. Since beginning this project, I've met some very interesting people, lots of whom you are yet to meet. And I've learned a lot, but there is a lot more still to learn, and a lot more still to unpack. I've interviewed masters of their crafts to find out how they have forged a career in the arts. I've interviewed a man that learned 4 languages in 1 year. I've even been working with neuroscientists who are scanning my brain to see whether it will change and evolve over the course of this experiment. There is so much still to tell and so much still to do. We are 91 hours into this project, but we have 909 hours to go. With enough dedication and a small amount of belief, anyone can learn anything. So with that in mind, I have to practice, because in 909 hours, I will be performing a show to over 100 people. It's time to get back to work. Fucking prick. Oh.